of course, focus continues to be here in Kolkata at the Calcutta Police Museum, where those 64 files that have been declassified in the form of about 12,477 pages. They're, of course, still not establishing the reason of death for Netaji, but one thing's been established this morning for sure, that Netaji and his family were snooped upon. We're going to play out those visuals, the exclusive inputs that we're getting in with the declassification of those files in just a bit. We're also going to play out those shots there of the Chief Minister of West Bengal, Mamata Banerjee, right there, taking stock of the situation right there at the Calcutta Police Museum. Well, as we said, these are about 64 files in about 67 years, for the first time, open for public viewing. That's the area that we're playing out. Mamata Banerjee is expected to come down there right outside the Calcutta Police Museum. She's, for the moment, moving inside to take a look at these files. These, of course, very significantly are going to be open to public as well. While all of them have been digitized, they're available in limited edition in the form of a DVD copy there as well. But they're going to be open to public Monday onwards. Our correspondent Payal Mehta there is going to take us through further inputs there on what's really playing out there outside the museum. Payal, go ahead.
Well, of course, it is a few moments from now that Mamata Banerjee will be coming out. She's gone there to view the files. There's been digitization of the file that has been done. The family was given a first look into the files, which happened at about 10:30 this morning, along with the Commissioner of Police at the Police Museum. Now, following which Mamata Banerjee is now come, she's going to take a look at what's really happening over there. She's gone, and we're getting told that she is, in fact, looking at all the files detail by detail. It is a huge, significant moment for her government, because the government had made this promise to the people, and of course, in particular to the family about a fortnight or so ago. Following which, Mamata Banerjee, if you can see that she will be stepping out and she will be addressing the media. She will be addressing us and telling us what this really means in terms of significance. After which, Monday is when these files will be available for public viewing, which means people can come in and see the history that the state of West Bengal and the government of West Bengal have now created. There is a lot of anticipation, there is a lot of expectation. People take a lot of pride in Netaji, one of their forefront faces when it comes to the freedom struggle.
Okay.
But, you know, every Bengali over here, every West Bengal resident will be able to tell you what Netaji really spoke.
Well, Payal, stay on with us because we're expecting that briefing to the press by Mamata Banerjee, but we have our colleague, our correspondent Meghna Dekha with further breaking inputs that pertaining to file number 52, which has turned out to be the most controversial file so far. It is a letter between Netaji's kin and an INA member. With those details in just a bit, back to the focus there inside the Calcutta Police Museum. That is the West Bengal Chief Minister, Mamata Banerjee, really analyzing those files, studying those files that have been put up for public viewing Monday onwards. First access was to the family there earlier this morning, and right now we have the West Bengal Chief Minister. It's also a matter of great pride here, because she stated earlier as well that this is indeed a historic moment. This hasn't been done before, and she took this decision in ascertaining that these files are open up for public viewing. The secrets are out. Not sure how many questions would be answered, though, in these files. Payal Mehta there with further updates. Go ahead, Payal.
Well, of course, you know, Seher, I'm going to bring you and I'm going to get you some details by someone who has really has deposed before the Mukherjee Commission, will know a lot of facts when it comes to certain files. There is a huge controversy, sir, around the file number 52, and you also holding with you certain paperwork. What is the controversy? What are you able to bring to the table?
Important file in the year 1956, the cabinet decision of Jawaharlal Nehru. It was totally destroyed by the then government in the year 1972.
What you have certain findings in terms of the CIA findings. What can you show? What can you tell us? I will ask Imran, in fact, to even throw a little light. If you can show that you have certain documentation also with you, which I can see. If you can throw some light and also explain to our viewers what these documents are.
This file was destroyed. This is cover file only, and CIA document. Previously, it was known as Office of Strategic Service. Their informants giving some important information regarding Netaji Subhash Chandra Bosu's reappearance in India in the year 1964, early February. It is very important. It is declassified by Bill Clinton in USA.
You would have seen the files that have been put out on display right now. Of course, they are saying that these files are largely to do with snooping that the family members have spoken about. What kind of significance can these files have towards the larger picture? Because, of course, the final demand of the family and everybody else who is asking for it is to find out what happened to Netaji, who was behind what happened to him. Also, family says that certain political parties will be embarrassed if the facts are out.
Actually, as a researcher, I can tell you that Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose didn't die in air crash, or he didn't die in regime Soviet Union, USSR. It is fact, and I firmly believe that Bhagavanji or Gummai Baba is none but Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose. But so-called intellectuals are allergic about it. And
What kind of significance will the files that have been declassified, what kind of significance can it bring in when you compare it to the larger picture?
It is too early to comment, but I think we can find some missing link of history regarding Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose before and after independence.
You have seen the files out here. What is the most important aspect that you see? What is it that people can actually get from here? What is the takeaway from here?
I have not seen all the files yet to be gone through, but I am confident that here is some important documents related to the British intelligence that Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose is still alive and didn't die in air crash.
Well, of course, Seher, there you are. You have some important facts coming out. Some people who've been doing a lot of research, someone who's deposed before the Mukherjee Commission, he's bringing to us the facts that he's actually seen, also bringing to forth certain documentation and maintaining that this could be a healthy lead as far as the larger picture is concerned. Back to you.
Larger picture there is concerned, but Payal, is there a general feeling here that today's declassification, irrespective of whether or not you want to call it historic or not, isn't really adding much to the entire puzzle?
Well, of course, I mean, the files that you're talking about, Seher, they are largely to do with, certain details, including snooping. Snooping was something which the family had largely addressed, so that's something which which is being addressed out here. But the larger picture and the larger controversy, whether or not what happened to Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose, did he die out of an air crash? Who was behind it? Who was benefiting out of it? There are certain allegations that the family is also deviling towards the Nehru and Gandhi family. So is that any truth in that? But that's a part of the larger picture. Now the argument given by the centre, to the best of my understanding, is that if these files are declassified, it might have an impact on our foreign relations with certain countries.
That's of course what the centre. Yes, that's what the centre has been alleging. Stay with us, Payal, please. Need to go across to our colleague, our correspondent Meghna Deka. They're getting us more inputs there, particularly the ones pertaining to file number 52. Go ahead, Meghna.
Well, remember, these files got declassified at 11 a.m. Since then, NewsX's team has been very methodically sifting through each and every file, and now there is this very interesting folder which has now come to the surface, and it is entitled The INA Personalities. And this is one of the most explosive files that we've come to face right now. This one is a letter which was written way back in 1942, and you can see the letter there on your screens as well. And this very mysterious letter written and exchanged between two cadre members of the INA. It says, "Things are changing rapidly. God knows when we may be arrested." And then says Sarat, who is of course Netaji's brother and also one of the topmost leaders of the INA, it says Sarat is also away. And following this, now this is the next very interesting line which is going to come in, that people are waiting anxiously for a Far East friend. Now who's this Far East friend? Questions are going to be asked. Is this possibly the first direct reference to Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose?
All right, Meghna, stay on with us while you get us more details as we continue studying these files and the soft copy there that we have here. Mr. Krishna Sagar Rao of the BJP with us. Mr. Rao, you of course have been saying right from the very start that these files there at the Calcutta Police Museum are really not going to get us any real answers. With respect to the details that we've been breaking here at NewsX, would you still maintain that?
I still maintain that. I continue to maintain that for the very reason that if it is not going to address two critical issues, one is the August 18th of 1945 disappearance of Subhash Chandra Bose, and if there is no communication regarding that, there has to be some communication post that issue, post that incident. And if we are not getting any communication or any intelligence reports or any secret documents, then we are actually missing that, and somebody destroyed it. And if we are going to also look at 47 onwards, then if you're not getting any file, I think we have to search for. My request to you to ask your people is to look at Mr. Ohio Hiran Khan from the I&B ministry in 1948. He seems to have written a letter to the nephew of Subhash Chandra Bose regarding Nanking, Chinese Daily has reported that Netaji was alive.
Okay.
And they have written to him stating that we could not track that particular news publication.
Okay, I'm given to understand, Mr. Rao, I'm given to understand from my team that yes, we do have that letter. We've come across it. We're going to just paste it up on our screens in just a bit. But there are more breaking inputs there with Meghna. Go ahead.
No, but let me just make one small.
What these 64 files really contain. Here's another very important file. This is one of the files which is dated 1942. You can see the date here as well. It talks about the dissemination of enemy broadcasts by the license owners of wireless receiving sets. So this is something which points towards the possible destruction of all the communication lines of what they call, and this is the word which is being used here, enemy. Of course, it is ambiguous and not very clear yet as to who this enemy is, but it is, many would believe, something to do with the INA.
Okay, most of these, of course, files are pertaining to something to do with the INA, of course, given the fact that most of them are pertaining between the years of 1935 to 1947. Mr. Rao, as we continue taking your reactions on this, very quickly for our viewers here, these are live shots that we're playing out of Chief Minister Mamta Banerjee there inside the museum, the Calcutta Police Museum there, studying those files personally as well before she gives a statement to the press. This, of course, has been entirely her effort there. Mr. Rao, would the BJP at least be giving some credit, if not all, reluctantly, to the West Bengal Chief Minister here for having spearheaded this, at least for having really making this happen today?
Ma'am, you have to understand, we are the ones who initiated it, and today she doesn't have any other option but to come up and do it. And we are questioning very, very sharply as to why and what stopped her from doing it since last 4 years while she was in, as a Chief Minister. So today it is purely for political expediency that Mamta Banerjee is doing what she is doing. And I'm still, saying confidently that it is an empty treasure chest. It has no great documents of great relevance, no critical documents available. And you have to understand that if the 1945 death issue and 97 post-Congress government's involvement in Netaji's issue, if both of them are not addressed, then all the documents we have are of no great news value. And British intelligence prior to 1947 swooping on the family is but natural. That is of no great relevance.
Payal is the family member. Is Netaji's family there and other experts there on ground still maintaining that? That the step forward, it is a step forward but not of much great significance.
Well, of course, I'm going to bring in you a word from the family itself. I have the great-grand-niece of Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose, Rajeshri Chaudhary, with me. The biggest question is that, firstly, what was your first reaction after you saw the files?
Well, it was an emotional moment for all of us. And, of course, now the search for truth is on, and we are happy about it.
Well, many are saying that this could be a step forward, but many are saying that this might not have enough significance when it comes to the context, when it comes to the larger picture. How are you as a family member seeing the developments?
Well, it is definitely, the ball has been set rolling. So whether it has significance or not, it will be the work of the researchers, and of course we are in support of them. and the activists, but definitely this is a significant step towards unraveling of the truth.
3 years plus, your family has been knocking on every possible door, right from the government to the Prime Minister to all of that. Do you think that this is something that the centre will now probably, hopefully, will take a leaf out of?
Well, of course, we hope so, and of course, we will keep the pressure up with the central government to unravel the rest of the files lying with the Prime Minister's office.
You would have seen a glimpse of the file. What is the sense that you're picking up? What is it that you're seeing could be of importance? What is it that you're seeing that probably could be in the files?
Well, we had very little time to go through all the files, so what I could personally see was some INA files. So I hope people associated, unsung people associated with the INA, now they will come to the visibility and get recognition and their due honor, which was long pending.
Also, certain members of your family maintain that, if certain facts and figures are out, which clearly means that certain political parties and individuals will also be brought to the fore, they will be embarrassed.
Truth is truth, and you have to face it. You can't afford to hide the truth to favor few people or parties.
And of course, Seher, that's the message that we're getting in from the family. They think that it's certainly a step forward. But I'm just going to ask you to quickly draw your attention to where I'm at, because I'm getting told that Mamta Banerjee is on her way out. She's just stepping out, and in a few moments from now, she will be addressing the media. So that's where our focus is going to turn out to be.
Okay. All right, that being a reaction from the family, and really being fair to the family, that the final word on this should lie for the family there as well. They've clearly stated that they're satisfied with this decision. It's historic. It's been an emotional moment for them, irrespective of the nature of facts that would be emerging in these declassified files there. Nevertheless, it is a step forward. The family, of course, not looking at this as a political decision by the West Bengal government. Talking about politics coming into play, some political reactions here, those from the central leadership here as well. Let's take a listen in.
देखो इस समय मैं किसी एकेडमिक इंस्टीट्यूशन के कैंपस में खड़ा हूँ, इसलिए मैं अन्य किसी चीजों बात में आज मैंने देखा नहीं। पश्चिम बंगाल में कर दिया है, अब केंद्र सरकार कब करेगी वो हमने देखा नहीं, उसका क्या है वो देख लेंगे। अच्छा, जो कब तक कर सकती है वो देखेंगे ना, वो क्या अभी हम लोग पढ़ा नहीं है।
I see this as a very welcome sign. It is something to laud the government for, because the truth must be presented before the people. History has got to be acknowledged. Netaji had done human service to the country in the freedom struggle. All that must become legitimate part of history. And I'm glad that now the truth will be out. And if Netaji is no more, we need to accept that rather than live in denial.
All right, some more exclusive inputs here. File number 2. And what exactly is that indicating? Go ahead, Meghna.
Well, in fact, this second file that we've managed to access, this makes a direct reference as to how it's not just Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose, but entire INA cadres were snooped upon, were being spied upon and looked upon very suspiciously by the government. This is a file which is coming in from 1946. It talks about INA personalities, which essentially it reference to specific members of the INA. And we are going to pull out the next line. You'll see the names of those very senior members of the INA also appearing. There you have it. Snooping on INA member Bibhuti Bhushan De. Remember, Bibhuti Bhushan De was one of the senior most leaders of the INA, and he was very close to Subhash Chandra Bose as well. His name also crops up very clearly. It goes on to say the notings are about all the INA members by the police. So essentially, even the West Bengal police were involved in it. It was not just the IB, even the West Bengal police were part of this entire surveillance. Remember, this web of surveillance was spread across what many believe across 20 years on Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose's family. However, it's not just restricted to him and his family. The entire INA was looked upon with great suspicion by the Indian government, and this is the proof of that.
All right, yet another indication of the family being snooped upon there. And more political reactions. Let's play out some more political reactions here.
You know, if it is in the wider interest of the nation, then something must be kept secret. And you can't open a new Pandora box by this. in which the relation with the neighboring country or the friendly country or the international world get deteriorated.
It is too early to make any comment on this. Netaji's relatives also somebody who has come out with a statement. I think they should wait a little more. What was the kind of relationship Panditji and the then Home Minister Sardar Vallabhbhai Patelji all had with Netaji? History is the witness. So they should not jump upon conclusions, This is something, because declassification was decided. We have no objection. This classification is done with the with security reasons.
These are more breaking inputs here that we are getting in. This one pertaining to file number 3 and what exactly it talks about.
This one talks about how not only were the INA members being snooped upon, they were also picked up for questioning. This is a file which pertains to the year 1948, which very clearly says INA cadet who had arrived at Madras on 30th of December 1945 from Tokyo aboard this certain ship, and says that they have then taken to various provinces these boys. Now we've highlighted this in red for our viewers. It says these boys have been questioned in Madras. This is the letter that we have, another file that we are bringing for 1948, which goes to show that not only were the INA cadres being snooped upon, being looked at with great suspicion, they were also picked up and interrogated.
Yes, and this of course being post-independence there as well, important to note there as the snooping there continued. Mr. Krishna Sagar Rao, while you've been alleging, you of course with the BJP wanting to belittle these efforts there of the West Bengal government and the Chief Minister, and you've been alleging that this has been a political decision, the family is largely very satisfied.
No, we want to be satisfied. We want to get more critical information. But what I'm trying to tell you is all the information which you are now seeing in all the files is already out in the open. There is nothing new. And to talk about British intelligence not doing intelligence on, not spying on INA is juvenile, right? I mean, if you are occupying force of this country and if there is a massive build-up of an anti-British movement, you will snoop on them. Now, what I'm trying to tell you is, in 1945, when the Japanese forces, where they have taken over certain parts of India at that time, and in the Andaman and Nicobar Islands, when Subhash Chandra Bose ji, Netaji has got his own headquarters of the INA, from then, if you are looking at the kind of proximity he built for a freedom struggle, there should not be just 64 files. There should be 6,400 files because he belongs to West Bengal. So the gold mine of files in terms of intelligence should have been in West Bengal. It should not be just 64 and 12,000 pages.
No, but the historians are saying that the gold mine is actually at the center.
But we don't have all those files.
The gold mine is at the center. It's for the center to declassify for those files, Mr. Rao. You also missed out a very minute information that the previous file that we're talking about was in 1948 and that was post-independence. Just to clarify that point with you, Meghna Deka with further breaking inputs. Go ahead.
Well, this is big breaking news, and to give you a bit of an idea, a bit of a background, remember the central government all along had been maintaining that Subhash Chandra Bose had died in a crash, a plane crash in Taipei. With regard to that, this letter gains massive significance. It says, refer to the secret memorandum regarding the 46 Tokyo returns of the INA cadets. So far, none of the cadets whose Calcutta addresses were supplied have been traced. So remember, after Subhash Chandra Bose apparently purportedly died in that plane crash in Taipei, each and every INA member who returned from Japan was being snooped upon, and there were active efforts which were being made to try and trace them. And this is the letter which shows that.
All right. Thanks for those details there, Meghna. Quickly going across for some reactions that have been coming in from Netaji's family as well, and what they really feel about this declassification, this historic moment today.
For a long time to see these files. What is the first reaction of the family?
Well, I have to see the files first. Many of these are already seen or published maybe, but we have to see what it is in it. But what impressed me was, first of all, I want to congratulate Mamata that she took this bold step. That's it. And they have done a very good job, the police.
Now, have you heard
of any leader of any stature in the world in whose name classified files are there in 6 foreign countries. So after the declassification of the Indian files, we will also request the Prime Minister and the higher officials of the Central Ministry to request these countries to declassify their files on Netaji and the INA.
In more breaking inputs here, the fate of the INA cadets there in what is being revealed in one of those files. Meghna
Well, this next file that we are getting for our viewers, which we've managed to access, is a file in which Netaji specifically has been referred to as a political prisoner by the British. This is the direct proof of that. This is a file 74 to 76. It is called the Netaji mention, which is very clear and categorical in it, and this is the letter that we are getting a picture of as well. It says the list of political prisoners, and amongst the list of political prisoners, it names none other than Netaji. Netaji's name figures in this list of political prisoners. This is a file which has been put together by the British of their time, which goes to show direct proof that definitely he was spied upon.
All right, Meghna Dekka, many thanks. Many thanks for those details. Payal Mehta there from Kolkata as well with more inputs. We'll be back in just a bit when the West Bengal government, the Chief Minister, Mamta Banerjee, speaks to the press in a short while.